While I've been testing new Darkness Ablaze decks, something sort of clicked in my mind, and that is that Galarian Obstagoon is kind of insane right now. It's almost an auto win against Pikarom and ADPization if you play your cards correctly, and all you have to do is just basically get one Galarian Obstagoon in the active, nobody else, use Obstruct over and over again, and they don't play any evolutions, so there's not a whole lot they can do. The best thing they can do is, paralyze you with Choo-Choo, and that would be annoying, but if you play your cards right, you can win that matchup, and same with ADPization. They don't play anything to paralyze you, so there's a very good chance you can win that as long as they don't play hammers. And in terms of single prize decks, it can beat Mad Party and Spiritomb just through the damage counters that Zigzagoon and Obstagoon put into play, as well as Mew. And VMAX decks like Centiskorch and Dragapult and a few of the other ones, they get handled by Sableye V with Crazy Claws. You do 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active. So that can take big knockouts, and Yveltal-GX is just great. For single Darkness Energy, if your opponent's active has 4 damage counters, that Pokemon is knocked out. It is absolutely nuts. And something kind of funny is that if you're facing Mad Party, the Sinistea and the Poltegeist are weak to Dark, so you can take a knockout with Absorb Vitality if you absolutely have to. For this particular list, I pretty much just took the winning list and jammed in some turbo patches. I cut down on the Rosa because I don't like getting Rosa turn 1 and not being able to use it. And turbo patch means coin flips. So guess what? I went 1 for 7 to start the day today with my testing. So hopefully my luck turns around because that was really rough. And one other change I made is I cut a switch and I added a Crobat. I think Crobat V just makes sense because you can attack with it in this deck if you have to, and you need something to help you draw cards if you have a really bad start, and I don't think Zacian V is the right partner here, so I went with Crobat. Let's see how the list does for me. Post-rotation, I think Obstagoon definitely has a place, and I think I want to go second because going first is just the worst, right? And there's Jirachi, great starter. What is with this hand? I play 7 Darkness Energy, and I have 3 of them in my hand. I play, 16 Pokemon, and I have 0 of them in my hand? And there's Decidueye. Decidueye is an extremely tough matchup because, the Mew's going to be important. I am weak to Grass, though. That is really unfortunate. They have a Zacian. That is good for me, I guess. But Decidueye, I faced it, I think, twice. I think I won both times, but that's not like me bragging. That it was not easy. It was a painful matchup. Okay, so I can get Sableye. I think that would be just the worst decision. Okay. So what do I have a switch? I have a switch so I can Scoop Up Net. I can go for a supporter again. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the Sableye. What you won't see is the previous game I played against Vitavolt. They put a Vitavolt down. Actually, I could go for a Doom count. How lucky do I think I'm going to get with Scoop Up Nets, though? I have 3 Scoop Up Nets. Well, I think the strategy is pretty much the same, right? The only difference is that if I don't hit this Turbo Patch, then it was a bad idea. So bring the Jirachi back up. Come on, Turbo Patch. Don't continue the things you've been doing all day. Okay, so I put that there. Switch into Jirachi. Please give me a supporter that isn't Rosa. There's a research. I will take that. I don't care that it's gonna destroy everything. I just need to get some Zigzagoons and everything is fine. I'm losing my energy switch. That is real tough. Well, I don't think I have it. Just a quick glance. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I don't got it, but I can do quite a bit of damage here. What I might do is I might load search the energy switch or the Scoop Up Net, because what does attacking this get me? Doesn't really get me anywhere, does it? Because if I go for the Scoop Up Net, because I can do barely any damage, so let's just go for a Scoop Up Net. Or how about a Pokécom? No, let's get a Quick Ball. Quick Ball it is. So many options, right? And there's Lily's Pokédoll, so that will be slightly annoying. They're switching into the Pokédoll. There's a Rowlet. So I need the Mew pretty much now. Yeah, this is a tough position to be in. I need a very good turn right now, though. So they got 2 switches down, but Decidueye, my entire deck, all of my attackers except for Yveltal are weak to grass. And that is horrible. And they play the Pokédoll, that is also horrible. And they're playing Crushing Hammers, that is also horrible. But they're flipping tails, so that's good. And when you flip heads on Turbo Patch and your opponent flips tails on Crushing Hammer, it makes up for it. You know, I just had a horrible day with Turbo Patch. Today was just the worst for Turbo Patch. Okay. So, I mean, do I regret not hitting into that? A little bit, but, I mean, what are you going to do? So do I have a bosses. I don't think I have anything else. Okay. So I can get Crobat. I think Zigzagoon right now is the best option. And I honestly might just load search again. So yes, I will put... Okay, how do I do this? I can knock out that Rowlet if I play my cards correctly. So I think I get another Zigzagoon and I try and knock out that Rowlet with the energy. I know they might have a play with Counter Gain. You know, they probably play Counter Gain. Why wouldn't they play Counter Gain? But if I just get Rare Candy, okay, never mind. So, I mean, do I just sit back and do nothing? That seems like a horrible decision. Hey, flipping heads all day long. Alright, so if I put the Counter Gain, I think I put it there because I might want to scoop up one of the Zigzagoons. So, come on, Crobat. Get it for me. Or just get me nothing, whatever. So I load search a... Wow, I can't really load search anything. So I probably just grab the Switch. And they can just knock out my Sableye V this turn. That is not good. Hopefully they are just having the bad luck that I'm having with Rare Candy Obstagoon, but if I could have just evolved into Obstagoon, well, there's a Dartrix. I can still knock that out. All I need is double Rare Candy, double Obstagoon, and that Dartrix is going down. How could that be so difficult? Or I could just Boss's Orders it. So I do have options. I don't know if it's worth wasting a switch this early. Okay, so they have a Capture Energy. That's not good. Man, this is tough. Okay, so they're Marnieing me. That changes everything. Man, just the scenarios here. Okay, well, it's pretty much the same deal here. They're getting Intrepid Sword. Hopefully I get a Marnie. Hey, I did get a Marnie. Okay, so I'll switch into Jirachi. Probably wait until after, and maybe I put the energy there? I don't know, that seems kind of dumb. I think I just have a dude powered up and ready to go. You know, I want to save the bosses for the Zacian. And I can knock out a Pokédoll, but they just put another Pokédoll in the active. So if I can get an Evolution Incense... No, but I do have a Marnie for next turn. So I think I get the Marnie. What's in my discard? I don't really have anything worth getting in the discard. The Quick Ball isn't worth it. So what do I do here? I can attack with Obstagoon. I can knock out the Pokédoll and then potentially just knock out the other Pokédoll, but then they knock out my Obstagoon. So what I can do is I can load search again, and I think that is just a horrible idea. So I would have Pokécom. You know, this is tough. I don't really want to be doing this. Okay, do I just think they don't have it? If I think they don't have it, then I don't do this. If I think they have it, then I knock out their Pokédolls. This is really tough. I think I just say they don't have it. and I load search. Okay, so what can I do? I can Marnie. I don't want to really do that. I could Scoop Up Net. Don't want to do that either. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Pokécom and hope. So best case scenario is they just don't have a Decidueye. If they have a Decidueye, they don't have an Energy. But that pretty much destroys everything. And they have a Turf Field. So I put them probably into everything. And just, if Obstagoon wasn't weak to grass, this would be such an easy matchup. But the Sableye V, Obstagoon, they're weak to grass. They're hitting... So if they'd just been getting their crushing hammers, they'd be having such an easy time right now. I thought they had to Turf Field for the Decidueye. They just had a Decidueye. So I Marnied them into Turf Field, Decidueye, Energy, Crushing Hammer, Capture Energy. I don't know what else they could have gotten. So this is where things get really dicey. I can knock out the Decidueye with Obstagoon. That is fine. I can play Rosa, so I can get another Obstagoon. I think I have to target that Rowlet. There's a Mew, that's really good. So what I can do is I can put the Mew down. I can play Rosa. I go get Obstagoon. Do I get Scoop Up Net? Obstagoon, Scoop Up Net, Energy. Sure, let's do that. Please don't tell me I got rid of my Ordinary Rod. I did not. Okay, so I can take this knockout. I don't think I have anybody worth getting. Okay. This is a head scratcher. Okay, so let's Stellar Wish, see if I get anything. I have Evolution Incense and Ordinary Rod, and I also have another Rare Candy. So hang on. Okay, so I have the knockout on that Rowlet. That is great. So I'm taking a prize. I'm going to Obstagoon, knock out the Rowlet. This is still really tough though. Well, hang on. If I had just one more Scoop Up Net, I would be able to just Zigzagoon and knock it out, but I don't. So I think I just put a damage counter over here. Then I Obstagoon and knock out their Rowlet. Please don't tell me this is a Scoop Up Net. Okay, it's a Linoone. That is fine. I mean, I could have attacked with Mew. That would have been a thing. Okay, so then I put the energy probably there. And then I abstract. Oh man, my brain is just going a mile a minute. Their deck is very simple. Just get Decidueye and start attacking. My deck... Oh man. Okay, so I have a boss's order somewhere. I can abstract. Okay, they have a Decidueye, but if they can't find an Ordinary Rod, I should be okay. They do have to go get a Crobat though, so that's real bad for them. Did they mean to do that? That was a misattach, I think, so that's unfortunate. They would have wanted to Splitting Arrow and take the knockout, so I think they just made an unfortunate misclick there. That is unfortunate, because I think I would have lost this one unless things just went really well for me. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It happens sometimes, but I think the Decidueye matchup is just really difficult. But they didn't really have any backup Pokemon. It was just Decidueye and then their Zacians and their Crobat. And they had Weakness Guard, so I think, they whiffed on the Crushing Hammers. That was huge. Well, how many Ordinary Rod did they have? They only had one. So they would have attached that energy. I don't think they had very much energy left after that. So it would have been, they would have had to find their Ordinary Rod. If they don't find their Ordinary Rod, I win. If they find their Ordinary Rod, they evolve properly. I don't know. It would have been an exciting finish. Unfortunately, they just made a misclick, and I took the win. But if you're playing Obstagoon against Decidueye, that is not a good matchup, but it is still winnable. You just have to, melt your brain in the process. Let's go to game 2 and hope for something a little easier. And if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say it's a welder deck. If it's Centistorch, that's cool. If it's Baby Blacephalon, that's an auto win. Well, actually, I say auto win. That would be incorrect. Because I faced it earlier, and they just used their Cramorant, and they just kept pinging, and I couldn't win. But I'm starting Zigzagoon. They're probably going to start Volcanion or something. It depends what welder, and it's... Hey, it's Salamence. That's cool. They had to take 6 mulligans, though. Okay. So the way I can win this is with Yveltal and then Sableye. That's how I win. They're going to swoop across, so what I have to do is I have to get Mew set up as soon as possible. I can't show them the Yveltal. If I show them Yveltal, that will change a lot of things. I have to... This is going to be tough. Okay, well I didn't get anything good. So Yveltal, I need to wait until they have a VMAX. If they don't have their VMAX in play, then I can't really do a whole lot. There's going to be a lot of moving parts in this video, or in this match, because if they attack with Salamence V, this is just going to be insane. Oh, wow, and I just top decked the Mew, just like that. Okay. Well, I don't need the Crobat right now, so I think I actually... Yeah, Crobat, see you later. I go get Jirachi. And, you know, I didn't see any other Pokemon in their deck, so I'm not quite sure what I'm playing against. I do want them to use Heavy Storm on the Jirachi, though. If they use Heavy Storm on Jirachi, that is totally fine with me. I don't know how important Turbo Patch is going to be, though. So there's Rare Candy. Now, this is the tough part. I do need more Zigzagoon. If I ditch Rosa, that would seem like a bad idea. They're not going to Marnie me, though. I know that for sure. I think Rosa is a safe sacrifice at this point. Then Headbutt Tantrum. Yes, I really would like an energy attachment this turn, though. But I have such a good hand for next turn. So I think I just pass. You know, alternatively, I could have scooped up the Jirachi, put the Mew in the active, Cynthia, and then hope for an energy. But if I don't get the energy, I just automatically lose. Because I lose the Mew, they could do a million things, they're going to Heavy Storm. So I can just win right now. So it's the same scenario as last time. If I just get the energy, I win. So this is going to be kind of crazy, and this is what I said. It can handle VMAX decks. So yeah, I don't want to put the Zigzagoon in play because that would mess up the math. So I put 3 damage there. Why did it let me choose? Okay. So I think I Quick Ball that. I go get Crobat. So I have to make sure I don't scoop up anyone important. I have to... Actually, yeah, I think I just scoop up the Mew because I don't have it. They don't know that. I think I'm just stalling them, but I need to find the energy. I think they conceded. Nope, okay. So I put that down. I Crobat. I have 7 energy in the deck. There we go. That's a well played. Doom count. Oh, man. After last game, the craziness of that game, this was so much easier. Just put 4 damage counters on a VMAX and you win. I wish every game could be like that. Let's go to game 3, and it will probably be the last one. And I wonder if it's Salamence again. Probably not. And if it's Baby Blacephalon, go second. If it's anything that uses Welder, go second. And I'm going first. Okay. And this is... Oh, they're going first. So it might be Centistorch. And that would have been a decent hand. You know, the problem with such an item-heavy deck isn't Vikavolt. It's that you might have to Quick Ball a Rare Candy or something at some point, and that's not good. Okay, starting Jirachi, that's cool. I mean, if it's a Welder deck and they're going first, that pretty much means that it's going to be Centistorch, right? Like, what else would it be? Unless, again, they're just trying to throw me off. Okay. So let's see. They're going to Quick Ball for somebody. It's going to be their attacker. Who is it? Baby Blacephalon? If it's Baby Blacephalon, I have to have... Okay. Prevent all damage, so they can get rid of my energy, and that's it. So discard 2 energy. This could be really tough. It's Torkoal. Who's playing Torkoal in this day and age? I think it's really good, but who's playing Torkoal? Steam Crush, 120, discard 2 energy. With Turbo Patch, you can get that powered up turn 1. You can just make ADP pretty much concede. So I really like Torkoal. It's something I will test out post-rotation, but playing against it with Obstagoon, that is not fun. Yeah, let's Stellar Wish. Let's get a Quick Ball. We got a Quick Ball. All right. So the most expendable things are my energy, obviously. So I put the Zigzagoon down, I hit the Torkoal, and maybe I can knock it out without really even worrying about anything. Okay, so then I attach. And there is a world where I don't use Cynthia, but I think I have to. There's definitely a world where I don't, and maybe I shouldn't have. Okay. So I have Quick Ball, I have Escape Board, I have Rare Candy, I have... Okay, so next turn I'm probably going to research. So what is the play? If I get a Quick Ball, I mean, the good bosses, the Zigzagoon, and I'd be in just a horrible position at that point. So I think this is the right play, actually, because if I Quick Ball the Linoone, then I can just get a Zigzagoon. Yeah, I think that's the right play, because I'd be losing my Ordinary Rod anyway. And where does this make sense? Because I think I'm abandoning the Yveltal play, and I'm just saying go for it. Because 2 Obstagoon attacks knock this out. But discard 2 energy is going to be rough. The bright side is if I can find counter gain, then all I need to do is attach counter gain and I can hit into it. So as long as they don't play Pokemon Catcher and they can't get anything... Okay, there's Heatran. That's fine. The only thing I'm worried about is Torkoal. They haven't shown me anything else in this deck that worries me. They're all basics. They're getting rid of bosses. Okay. Yes, please get rid of all of your bosses. And I did want to mention, you know, what happens with Obstagoon post-rotation. I think it sort of fills that... Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured my Crushing Hammer luck had run out. Okay, but I have Turbo Patch. I have Ordinary Rod. Evolution Incense. No, that's a Quick Ball. That is interesting. Okay. So I'm losing a Rare Candy, or I can scoop up the Jirachi, put the Jirachi in the active, because if I just get an Obstagoon setup, there we go. There's the Evolution Incense. I don't care about losing the Jirachi this early, so that is fine with me. I think I just get an Obstagoon, hope that they don't have another bosses. And yeah, I'll Rare Candy, and I'll probably put the 3 damage on the Heatran, because they don't have anything small. And then, how much energy do I have? So, I don't really want the Jirachi back, so I think I just Quick Ball the Jirachi. The Mew isn't important. The Zigzagoon is definitely important. Yeah, okay, so that's good. I'll research back the energy, and having an energy in the discard is not the worst thing in the world because of Turbo Patch. I really like Turbo Patch. There's a reason it was #1 on my list. And I'll put the Linoone back. Maybe I should have put the Jirachi back, but too late now. Because they're probably knocking out this Jirachi. And there's Rare Candy. Okay, well I don't have an energy. That is a bit rough. I think I sacrificed the Mew. Yeah, I could Crobat, but I don't think using Crobat in this situation is good. I don't want any of my... Well, they're just intent on being annoying. Okay. You know, if I do find Counter Gain, they can't get rid of Counter Gain. You know, they can get rid of my energy, but Counter Gain... I don't think they play Tool Scrapper, so Counter Gain is totally fine. So I get a Torkoal, so I just need to get an attack into this thing, and I'll be okay. I'll Alternatively, I can Yveltal this thing, but I need a Scoop Up Net. You know, getting rid of the thing might be actually really smart right now. So Scoop Up Net, yeah, I'm just going to knock out the Torkoal. I'm just going to scoop up the Zigzagoon, knock out the Torkoal. If they want to take out my Yveltal with their Heatran, that is totally fine with me. It's a necessary loss. How many Scoop Up Nets do I have? I have 2 left. So I don't want to put this Jirachi down. I don't want to put it's their boss's count. So they have their Eldegoss is down though. I need to hit this. This is a tough situation. If I just had the energy, this would be so simple. I think I need to Crobat. Alright, I'm going to Crobat. So I'm pretty much abandoning the keep targets off my bench strategy. So if they have enough catcher effects, they can win this game, but I need the energy. There's no way around that. I need the energy. And hey, Turbo Patch. Okay, so I'll just put it on that Zigzagoon, that's the old one. And then, yeah, okay. Freaking math, right? Okay, so there you go. I take the knockout. I hope you don't have an Ordinary Rod, or I hope that's the only one. A Doom count. You're out of here. And I have to hope that that is the only one in their deck. Okay, and I can use Sableye. Oh, crappy crap. Well, this just went from bad to worse. They have another Torkoal. This is horrible. I don't have another Ordinary Rod. I only have 7 energy. This is going to be real dicey. I can bounce between my Jirachi. They have more Torkoal. I need my counter gain ASAP. I can also use Turbo Patch and Energy Switch. That's why the Energy Switch is in the deck, is you never know. Okay, so they've used their GX. How many Boulders have they used? They've only used 2. Well, things need to go my way here. That is, I guess, a start. There's Rare Candy, there's Escape Board. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I get at this point. Okay, so the question is, do I Marnie everything to the bottom and then go for a Sableye play? Or do I... Because if I Sableye, I do take the knockout, but I don't have any energy, so I think I have to play it safe and go with the Jirachi play. Man, this is... If I had known it was going to be this stressful, I wouldn't have done this. Okay, so I think Turbo Patch is the smarter option because I have the Energy Switch. I do want to Marnie these things to the bottom, so Cynthia wouldn't be the smart option. And I hit a heads. Okay, so it has to go on the Zigzagoon. Energy Switch onto the Obstagoon. Do that. Marnie them to 4. And I would have had the Sableye, of course. Okay, so if I Obstagoon, I would be 1 short, but I know I have things, so I think well, the Heatran doesn't worry me. The Torkoal does, so I think I have to put the 3 damage on the Torkoal, because that puts it within a 2-shot, and not a 3-shot. So that is, I think, the safe bet. And how many Crushing Hammers do they have left? They have 1 Crushing Hammer, so if they flip tails on that Crushing Hammer, I should be okay. I have the knockout on the Heatran. I can go get my counter game with Rosa if they do take a knockout on somebody. Holy crap, this is stressful. Obstagoon should be fun to play, and I don't even know if I finished my thought. Buff padding? Get out of here, buff padding. That's why I play... Do I play Tool Scrapper? I don't know. I don't think I do. And what is that? Is that Baby Blacephalon? Okay, so post-rotation... Oh, it's Volcanion. Post-rotation, they're going to run out of cards. This fills the same hole as Decidueye. You know, Obstagoon is immune to basics, but you have to attack. Decidueye, it's just the ability. And there's a bosses. Okay, that's kind of what I figured would happen. I can Rosa. They're going to Fire Crystal. Wow, this is going to be right down to the wire. If they can bosses that Crobat, it's game. I think they're going to win. You know, as crazy as this is, you know, I just got into some unfortunate situations. Maybe they don't play another bosses. I mean, I can knock out the Heatran. Oh, that makes things slightly interesting, but I don't think it's as interesting as I would like it to be. So I just go get Obstagoon. So I have Counter Gain. That's in the deck, but I think what's more important this turn? I think Turbo Patch doesn't matter. I mean, I do have Sableye. So I think, yeah, Obstagoon, bosses, and basic. Is that the right call? Sure. I think it's all going to come down to, you know, some craziness here at the end. Okay, so I can Jirachi for something. There's a Scoop Up Net, that doesn't really matter. I have Turbo Patch. Sure, I'll get Turbo Patch just in case. Actually, I mean, how risky am I feeling here? Because I can knock out that. I can knock out the Torkoal. How risky am I feeling here? Because I could Pokemon Catcher the Torkoal. No, I can't be that crazy, can I? I'm just going to retreat into Obstagoon, take the knockout. If they have the bosses, they have the bosses. If they don't, they don't. This was still a great game, regardless of the win or the loss. But I mean, I could have used Pokemon Catcher on the Torkoal, Turbo Patch to the Sableye, attached to the Sableye. If everything goes well, I knock out the Torkoal, but... well, if they just have it, they have it. If they don't have a bosses, then I win. Okay, so they can't take out my energy. They're gonna reset Stamp. Wow, that is really good. And double Pokécom? That is horrible. Out of all the cards left in my deck, I get double Pokécom. And it's a victory. So even though they had, I think they went 4 for 4 on Crushing Hammer, didn't they? And, oh, they only had 3 Crushing Hammer, right? 1, 2, 3. They didn't have another one. And they had Wondrous Labyrinth. Oh, did I bump that earlier? Or did they get rid of it? So man, the Torkoal. Yes, Obstagoon can be immune to these things, but with Steam Crush, discard 2 energy. It's only immune to damage, it's not immune to effects. And they had the Cramorant as well. Cramorant is really good against Obstagoon. So personally, I think Decidueye is just a little bit better than Obstagoon, because Decidueye doesn't have to attack. The ability protects it, whereas with Obstagoon, I have to pull up the deck list. With Obstruct, you have to attack to get the secondary effect. Yes, the damage counterpart is good, but having to attack turn after turn when bosses exist and freaking Torkoal and Crushing Hammer and all those things to just get your energy out of the way, you can lose just because you don't have the energy, and it only blocks damage, not effects. So I think Obstagoon post-rotation in the huge VMAX format, I think Decidueye is above Obstagoon, just because with Decidueye, it's not only is it the ability, but you're protected from V, VMAX, GX, and Tag Team GX, and that is just insane. However, I do think an Obstagoon or something else, like a Alolan Persian GX, like you saw in my video, I think Obstagoon should be a 1-1-1 line in Decidueye, just so you can stop basics like Baby Blacephalon, and, you know, Mad Party would be annoying, but you can spread with Decidueye, so I guess Spiritomb would be the thing you need to beat. But to wrap up, I know I've been rambling. Decidueye, I think post-rotation is better than Obstagoon. Obstagoon is still something that will exist, but I think what you're going to see more of is just Sableye V Turbo Patch, because that can take big knockouts, and I will definitely try that post-rotation. But until then, I will sign off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.